Well, hello everyone, and you join us for round 11 of the New Horizon Racing
10.
League.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, 10, yeah, 10.
10.
Yeah. You've ruined my intro now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, well anyway, if you've noticed the weather, we are clearly here, back home, in Britain. Yeah, and if you want to know what the weather's going to be like for the race, if you're a British person watching this, just look out the window.
It's gonna piss it down.
Yep, sums up. I'm your host, Game Things, and as you heard my foul mouth from co-host, Connor.
How the fuck are you doing, mate? I'm really looking forward to this. No, I've been looking forward to Silverstone ever since we started this season off. It's going to be fun as hell. 17 drivers with one possible latecomer. So numbers, yeah, we're looking good. Huge thanks again to TJ for bringing his Norwegian clan in, and yeah, qualifying. Started off dry, but we need to kind of pull our fingers out a bit because this weather is only going to get worse.
Yeah, and it's going to stay like this throughout the race, isn't it?
Yep. Oh my god, I'm an absolute idiot. I've gone through turn 1 and I've just invalidated my lap. I'm really going to struggle.
Well, it's AFI officials, people going slowly, isn't it, for the yellow flag? Yeah, it was. To be fair, it's very easy to invalidate your lap in Sector 1 on the first corner.
Yeah, I think to be honest I should have backed off. It's only because of ran wide, I was just in the dirty area of Tijuana, so...
We have an Alpha of Steph going in for a little spin. That's our little moment in turn 2.
It's going to be an interesting one because with the tiny window you've got to get your dry lapping in quality, I wonder how many guys have actually gone out with dry setups trying to get the lap time in, but it's going to be a wet race. Possible dry stint in the middle, not really too sure how the weather's going to play out, because I have programmed it to go to light cloud, but because the rain is so close together, the rain might just let up a little bit, so I don't know if we'll end up seeing guys on the dry tyres at any point.
Well, we are going to find out in an hour or so.
Yeah.
Well,
do you remember in France when it was a little bit unsure what was happening with the weather? No one really knew what tyres to go on.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that, but probably not as dramatic.
You never know.
Should be good racing though. We've got a hell of a grid on us today. Although, having made the announcement earlier, Taze Leroy has parted ways with New Horizons, so don't really know how Ferrari are going to cope. They do have a pretty healthy lead in the constructors, but we are going to try and sort out teams and a couple more driver transfers within the next week, hopefully by the weekend, because yeah, it'll be sad if it come down to Blaze Bulgarian losing out on constructors just because his teammate don't turn up. Yet again, now he knows how I feel. But yeah, having said that, with Austria, we did have a few drivers that were in a sort of a practical test session. Most of them have made the cut, so I believe TNR Steph, is he driving for Alpha?
He is an Alpha, yes.
Yeah, he's been taken on with us now full time, as is Jay Marsh, who's going to be my teammate for the rest of the season. A little bit of a question mark over...
Speaking of Jay Marsh,
the Renault teammate as well, because King David's not turning up since he won in France. So questions are starting to rise about his commitment.
It would be unfortunate if we lose him though, he's a good driver.
Yeah, I know, but don't want to be dithering about with guys who don't turn up. And I have a really dodgy controller, as do a few people actually, so if you see any like really jerky uncontrolled movements to the left, it is my broken analog stick.
Or if anyone crashes out to the left.
Yeah, if I end up going wheel to wheel with anyone and they do see a Mercedes slamming into the right hand side, I do apologise. If anything, if it happens on a straight, I might as well just let people by. I can't risk crashing into people, because it's not an excuse for me to get away with penalties. I mean, if it happens, I'll still come out with the penalty for Germany, and I don't particularly want the quali ban for Germany, which is like the worst thing that can happen.
Good point indeed.
Yeah. Right, how are the times looking so far? Some people are being caught
Oh! I just realised something.
out. What?
Do you know what the gap between him at first and second is right now?
Don't know, I'm driving, I can't see it.
Well, take a guess.
Thousandths? Tenths?
No. Give up. Connor, do you give up?
Do I give up? Well,
Yeah, do you give up guessing?
Yeah, I don't think it was going to be any more. I've just absolutely annihilated a marker board into turn 3.
DRS is available.
So, yeah, I'm probably going to need to go out on inters at some point. These
Anyway.
softs are sliding around like hashtag greasy penguins.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, the gap between first and second, yeah, here's the thing. I thought for a brief moment the times were exactly the same.
Ooh.
I did, and I do mean exactly to the 1,000th too. Yeah. However,
Just a little bit close then.
but here's the thing though. Yeah. I read that wrong. The gap between first and second is an entire second.
Like a second down to the millisecond.
As in like a second down to the millisecond. Like bang on a second.
Oh, that's brutal. Who is in second place? I know who's got pole, but I don't know what the order's looking like.
It is at the racing point of Hades, is that?
Hades, yeah.
Yeah. I take it he was part of the Norwegian takeover last weekend.
Yeah. It's brilliant that they still find the time to turn up. I'm still hugely grateful that they actually just take the time out to take part. New driver as well. I don't know if I probably need to clarify with him how long his commitment is going to be. Oh my god, that is a dial-up time. Forza Ferrari race against him in another league. Clean, pretty quick. One hell of a racer, to be honest. Didn't really give up positions easily.
Well, Forza Ferrari is in the Toro Rosso, and kind of missing a mark there with the team selection.
It was a little bit unfortunate, but with the whole thing now with Taze being out of the league, maybe I could put him in Ferrari. We'll see how he performs today.
Nah. Well, anyway, he's currently in 5th at the moment in his Toro, and just for reference, so it doesn't get confusing, I'm just going to call him Forza.
Okay.
Just so I don't get confused with talking about either a car or a driver.
And there goes my car. I've run out of fuel.
Oh, that's a Mercedes! Not Mercedes, but a McLaren has a span on maggots.
That would be Surtee.
No, that's Ninja.
Is it? I thought Ninja was behind me on track. He's coming through cops. Oh god. If he is on a flying lap, I'm going to need to dive out the way.
He is on a flyer.
No, hopefully I've not. Yeah, sorry. Didn't really think Ninja would be one to spin through maggots and buckets. It's going to be an interesting one. I mean, the McLaren guys, I'll say guys, well, no, let's put it nicely. As a team, they're starting to do pretty well. I do like how my little concept of you have one fast driver and an okay driver, just so like you've got one guy who can go for the wins, another guy like podiums, and you've got other people to fight for the scraps. But it's been a winning thing before. It'll be probably the biggest team carry to a championship I've ever seen since last season.
Anyway, well, one thing to say, I think it's safe to say we can give up on qualifying right now, because I think this is the starting grid. I don't think no one's going to improve.
I need to improve. I refuse to start V16. What the hell is this?
It's too wet to go faster, Connor.
I'll have to see the gaps.
It's too wet for a dry time.
If I'm honest, I'm not actually expecting to be near my teammate. I just think the show is going to be pretty good.
The gap between you and your teammate is around 11 seconds.
Yeah, I need to do an inter-run then.
Everyone's doing inter-runs, and it's a lot slower than dry runs.
Yeah. Still, well, I'm pretty sure it's better. Like, you can tell the guys that have done. Let's have a look. I think I could probably beat a 1 minute 36. But like the 1 minute 40s, that's like dry tires, wet track times. So yeah, I'm gonna have no choice but to go on to the inters. According to my delta, if I do, inters are going to be 9.8 seconds faster than my time. So where would that put me if that was true?
That would put you 14th.
Crap. Like, come on, I need to get the tyres on. Right, I'm coming out again. You'll be watching people just
Ninja caught that. He went over the curve and he almost lost it, but he managed to catch it. Pretty good catch, too.
He did really well in. He did win Austria, didn't he? There was it was a McLaren win last week. I know, like McLaren, the old British team thing. Those guys are going to be really highly motivated to do well here. But you've got guys like Jamie that are going to want to be on the rise, trying to do well for Renault. Which I think for constructors, they're not a million miles away. But if we get the guys coming into Toro Rosso as well doing well, then they're still within the shout. I mean, Stringy and Fishers are no longer with us due to attendance ratings. Toro Rosso could still win this, even if it ends up being about 5 different driver lineups.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's see how.
My car seems to feel more alive in the wet.
I don't think. I think right now this is just some people trying to gain some practice in on wet, so they know how they're going to control inside the wet race now.
Yeah, I mean, people on the dries, they're really going to have to adapt to corners like Cops. I've just gone through it and I've had to brake, not only lift off, but you need to brake for Cops now in the wet. Oh God, what am I doing?
Well, to be fair, you have to slightly brake at Cops anyway, even in the dry.
No, these cars, you... Oh, no! Oh my God. You pull off to, about 70% on the throttle, you can go through Cops. Well, you can go through it flat out, but you carry too much strain on the tyres.
And that's Connor done with qualifying.
No, I'm not. I'm going to try and come out again.
Well, you have a minute to get out and cross the line.
Yeah, I know. I've just messed up my front wing.
I saw that.
You wouldn't think that. I'm probably one of these guys that have been caught out on the wet. Like that one mistake on my outlap on my dry run, and this is what's happened. So I'm gonna
you're all the way down on the last row, and Collins is out. Either he's had enough, or he just can't be bothered with this wetness anymore. Okay.
So, the guys at the front, who are you expecting to do it? Like, win?
Well, Ninja's in a good position right now, obviously starting from pole, but Blaze and Morris are right there on the second row. Speaking of Morris, he's doing donuts. Of course, Ferrari's retired.
Nah.
You've missed the window, Connor. You missed the window.
Yeah, they've just had to spend about 20 seconds fixing the front wing. You know when you come to the pits, the whole pair time thing.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, done. I'm starting 16th. I can't believe that. This is like my lowest ever qualifying position.
Deranged has stopped in the grass.
I mean, credit to Deranged. I mean, at least he's set a valid lap time.
That's kind of not something you want to hear, though, is it? So, congratulations, you actually set a valid lap time, and Deranged has been disqualified.
What for?
Parking in a dangerous position.
That's you normally get that if you park somewhere near the pit lane or if you stop on track.
Well, he stopped, just stayed completely still, in a grass verge. I don't know whereabouts on the track it was though.
No, I'm gonna try and see how the car. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, no!
Oh,
Can't see. I just went drifting.
And like I said, this is the starting grid.
Yeah. God damn it. I hope my teammate can do well. He's 12th. Oh no. I've been out qualified by people who
By people you know you're faster than?
Yeah. Biggest shocker for me in quali is actually how far up Collins is. Like, if you look at the guys around him, especially with the Norwegian lot, not gonna lie, I was expecting Collins to qualify outside the top 10, so he's done pretty well. That's what happens when you get your lap times in properly.
Good point. Forza in his first race is going to start 5th place, so I'm at front of the 3rd row. Yeah. However, it is Ninja who's got pole position here in Britain, by an entire second, bang on to be precise. So that is
just went sideways over the final corner, punted his car into the wall.
So that's a British driver in a British car on pole in the British Grand Prix.
Yeah, this is... oh. It's probably going to be a nightmare for me, but fingers crossed it's going to be a good race.
Yeah, good point. Well, there is your confirmation. Remember, they may have set the times on mediums and soft tyres, but remember, this is not the starting grid. It's the starting grid, but not the tyres they start on. They're going to start on the wets, aren't they?
Yeah, it should be starting on the inters.
Yeah. So, anyway, that is our grid for today, and Ninja will start on pole position to then heads in the racing point, and then the title ship contenders, Blaze and Morris, in the 3rd and 4th. This is going to be one interesting race.